All right, we're back at it with day 3 for solving systems by substitution now today instead of graphing. So this is more algebraic, and we're not going to have graphs, as you'll notice with just the first example down below. So this first blank spot is substitution. That's what we call this because you'll see that we're going to be substituting expressions in for variables in a little bit. We use this when at least one of the equations is solved for x or y. So here are the steps. Step 1 is to circle the expression after the x equals or y equals. So I'm going to do a problem with you. I'm going to do this example 1 down below. So I'm going to write down one of the steps, and then I'm going to do that step down below. That way we're just not doing all writing. So the expression that's after the x equals or y equals in this case would be this one, because it's the only one that has the x or the y by itself over here. So that's where I'm going to circle what's after that. Okay, so that's my first step. My second step, and this is why it's called substitution, we're going to substitute the circled expression into the other equation. So if we were to look at this bottom example, it says y equals x plus 3. So because it says y equals x plus 3, that means that we're going to substitute x plus 3 in for y up above. So we're just going to take this circle and we're going to plug it in right there for y. So we're going to rewrite this whole top equation. And instead of writing 2x plus y, we write 2x plus x plus 3 that we substituted equals 6. So all we do is replace the y that's normally there from the get-go with this x plus 3. And the reason why is because right here it said y is equal to x plus 3. So we're going to do some substitution. My next step would be to solve for the remaining equation that's there. So now we're going to get 2x plus x would be 3x if we combine like terms. And then we were supposed to subtract 3, and we get 3x equals 3. So in the end, if we continue to solve one more step, we got to divide, and we get x equals 1. So now that's half of our answer, because all of our answers for what was it? Oh, the systems was always written as an ordered pair, x comma y. So that only gives us half. So now step 4 is we're now going to substitute the answer that you got from step 3 into the circled expression. And that was from step 1. So we circled this x plus 3. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this x equals 1. Oopsie, tried to write there, couldn't. So we have this y equals x plus 3. We know what x equals, right? We know that x equals 1. So now we have 1 plus 3. And my next step would be to solve. So that would give us 4, right? 1 plus 3 gives us 4. And then my last step is to write the solution as an ordered pair. So now if we look at my solution, we have an x and a y, which is a 1 and a 4. So that's what we're going to write as my solution. And that's called substitution. That's circling one expression, plugging it in for the other, and then doing that one more time once we find the solution from the first 2 steps. So let's see if we can go on to our next page and do a few of these. All right. So for number 2, we notice that it says y equals 2x minus 1. So that's what we're going to circle. And we plug it in 4y up above. So we're going to plug it in right there. So now we rewrite that top equation, but instead of writing y there, we write this 2x minus 1. I'm always going to put in parentheses, that way you can see when you have to distribute. So now if we were to distribute in, we get 5x plus 6x minus 3 equals 8. That was the distributive property. If we combine like terms, we get 11x minus 3 equals 8. Then we add 3 to both sides, and we get 11x equals 11. So, oopsie, we got to divide in the very end by 11, and we get x equals 1. So that's half my battle. So I have a 1 down here in the corner. And now we just got to figure out what my y is. So we always plug this into what I circled at the beginning. So now I circled 2x minus 1. So I'm going to plug in the x in that spot, and I believe I get a 1. So now 1, 1 would be my answer for that one. Let's take a look at the next one. So this next one, the 2x plus 1 is what's by itself after the y equals. And now we're going to plug it in for the y up above here. So we plug it in right there. So now if we do this correct, it would be x minus 2. In parentheses, we put 2x plus 1 because that's what y was equal to. And that's now equal to 7. So we have the whole top equation written out, but we replace the y with what it equals from the bottom, which is 2x plus 1. So we replaced it, and that's called substitution. That's why this whole strategy is called substitution. So if we distribute this negative 2 in, it'd be x minus 4x minus 2 equals 7. So now we get negative 3x minus 2 equals 7. Add the 2 over. We get negative 3x equals 9. Then divide by negative 3. And we get x equals negative 3. So that's half my answer. Now if we plug it back into this y equals 2x plus 1. So that'd be 2 times negative 3 plus 1. So it'd be negative 6 plus 1. And we get negative 5. So now my answer is negative 3, negative 5. Any questions on that one? Okay. Then the last, second to last one on this page, or on this lesson, it says x equals. So I see that this is the only one that's solved for. So now this is a little bit different because we've dealt with y equals a couple times. Now we have an x equals. So we're going to plug it in for x in the other equation. So now instead of writing 5x, we write 5 times 2y minus 3 minus 4y equals 9. That would be 10y minus 15 minus 4y equals 9. And I think we can combine like terms and get 6y minus 15 equals 9. So we add 15 over and get 6y equals 24. Divide by 6, and we get y equals 4. So that's half my answer there. We plug it into what I circled. So now that would be x equals 2 times 4 minus 3. So that would be 8 minus 3, which is 5. So now my answer is 5, 4. Questions on that? Okay, then the last one, we circle this 2x plus 6, and we plug it in for the y on the bottom because it says y equals up top. So if we plug it in for the y on the bottom, we get 2x plus 6 equals x minus 3. We move all my x's to one side, all of my constants to the other side, and we get x equals negative 9. So that's only half of our battle. We plug it back into what we circled. We circled the top one. You could have circled the bottom one as well. It wouldn't have mattered since they're both solved for. And we get 2 times negative 9 plus 6. So we get negative 18 plus 6. So I think that's negative 12. So my answer would be negative 9, negative 12 for that one. Now I know that I went in a little quick. So if I did, all you got to do is press pause after each problem or rewind to listen to it again. And then you'll be all set. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the next day, day 4. Have a great day.